Hello everyone and welcome to my Royal Family Fans channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Both Meghan and her mother, Doria, have faced scrutiny due to their questionable pasts. The Archewell Foundation, a charitable organization founded by Meghan and Prince Harry, came under investigation on YouTube, revealing potential fraudulent activities and raising doubts about its operations. It was a French researcher who delved into the foundation's affairs and even visited its offices in Delaware. The researcher documented his findings, capturing the moment on camera as his voice echoed throughout the vast and seemingly empty premises. However, amidst the expanse, a lone secretary suddenly appeared at the entrance, inadvertently exposing the location as Archewell's legal office. The investigation shed light on the assumption that Archewell primarily profited from lawsuits, which cast doubts on the foundation's true philanthropic nature. In addition to the foundation's questionable practices, Doria Ragland, Meghan's mother, had her own murky history that needed clarification. It was discovered that she had taken 4 years to accumulate enough money to allegedly bribe authorities into removing her criminal record, a necessary step for her to register as a social worker after completing a master's degree in sociology. Remarkably, Doria pursued her education while incarcerated, a fact she openly disclosed on a YouTube channel operated by a pair of twins. Further revelations emerged, suggesting that Doria registered her elder care facility, located in Los Angeles, not in its logical jurisdiction but rather in Delaware. This raised eyebrows and fueled speculation about potential ulterior motives behind her choice. Moreover, discussions on the YouTube channel revealed other unfulfilled projects, including the Archewell Foundation, indicating a pattern of ambition and aspiration that hadn't materialized as expected. The investigations also shed light on the significant power held by licensed social workers in the United States, enabling them to operate aged care facilities and manage trust funds for the elderly. This insight into the expansive authority of social workers in the country added another layer of intrigue and raised questions about the motivations and intentions behind Doria's endeavors. Aside from the revelations about their professional lives, there were also discussions surrounding Meghan's self-promotion and manifestation of her own public image. Examples cited included her involvement in romantic comedies, creative projects with Netflix, collaborations with Dior Brandon Bussader, and other endeavors aimed at bolstering her Hollywood career. The concept of manifesting, often associated with Meghan, finds its roots in the popular book, The Secret, which gained significant traction after being heavily promoted by Oprah Winfrey. It's worth noting that the author of The Secret drew inspiration from another book called The Science of Getting Rich, which delves into the principles of the law of attraction and the power of manifesting one's desires. During the episode featuring The Secret on Oprah's show, one of the experts showcased was Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith, who is seen and quoted in the summary of the episode. It's worth mentioning that Reverend Beckwith had a history as a drug dealer before eventually becoming a religious leader and founding the Agape Spiritual Center in Beverly Hills. This connection raises questions about potential intersections between Doria and Reverend Beckwith, particularly during their respective pasts. Notably, Doria's affinity for marijuana use and her exploration of alternative New Age religions added another layer of intrigue to the narrative. The investigation touched on Doria's previous marriage to Thomas Markle at the Self-Realization Temple in Los Angeles, a union that occurred just 6 months into their relationship. This detail suggested an early interest in exploring spiritual and unconventional paths, potentially paving the way for her subsequent involvement with Reverend Beckwith and the Agape Spiritual Center. Reverend Beckwith's involvement in the commercial aspects of spirituality was also discussed, with references to book sales, paid speaking engagements, trademarking his website, and other financial activities associated with his role as a spiritual leader. Some speculated that Reverend Beckwith may have self-appointed himself as the founder of a religion, adding to the intrigue surrounding his background. While it's intriguing to consider potential connections between Doria and Reverend Beckwith, it's important to approach these speculations with caution, as they remain speculative. Any potential relationship between Doria and Reverend Beckwith's wife is purely conjecture at this point. It's essential to note that the purpose of delving into these details is not to undermine Doria's achievement of obtaining a master's degree. It's commendable that she pursued higher education, regardless of the circumstances surrounding her time in prison. Furthermore, Doria's regular attendance at the Agape Spiritual Center, as well as the paparazzi photo of Meghan and Harry's socially distanced Mother's Day visit with Archie in Los Angeles during the COVID-19 pandemic, suggest an ongoing connection to spiritual and alternative practices. In conclusion, Meghan's interest in manifesting appears to be rooted in The Secret, a book promoted by the founder of Doria's spiritual center, Agape. While Doria's past involvement with marijuana and potential connections to Reverend Beckwith raise questions, it's important to approach these aspects with skepticism. The overlap of ideas and beliefs between Meghan, Harry, and Doria in New Age practices and spirituality serves as a common thread in their lives. Please consider subscribing to our Royal Family Fans channel for future updates. Thank you for joining us today. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in our upcoming videos.